Welcome back to another episode of the Educated and the Reckless podcast with your host, Apollo Pay and
nobetternina.
And we're back for another beautiful, reckless educational conversation.
Better adjectives to describe the podcast. We're back with another influential, informative, reckless,
endangerment,
valid, trustworthy, news sourcely podcast episode.
Talk a little bit more into the mic for me.
Hello, testing. All
right.
Want me to sing for you?
No.
Okay. All
right. So yes, we are back. I'm feeling so good, so great, so effervescent.
Why are you feeling so effervescent?
You know what, Nina? I'm on the long road.
Okay.
This week, I went to go get my cleaning done for my teeth and shit.
Yeah.
Pause.
What? You know, ever since you told me about that Smile Direct Club,
yeah,
I never looked it up, nothing, but it keeps fucking showing up on my Instagram feed, like as an ad. It's really creepy.
Oh, for real?
And now I see it everywhere. I seen it in the subway station. I literally see it everywhere, and I'm like, what the fuck?
They have made their way to Canada, and they're trying to promote heavily on social media.
Yeah. Or the FBI's listening to me and my conversations.
Nah, your phone is open and listening to what's going on. But I don't fuck with that anymore.
Okay.
Oh, I never really started to. I wanted to, but they weren't able to provide me what I want. So I went to go get a clean yesterday. Said I got nice strong teeth and all that. I already knew that, no cavities. But I'm going to get my wisdom teeth taken out on Thursday.
Okay.
And following that, I'm going to get my record taken for, my Invisalign on Friday.
So you decided to go with Invisalign. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to just pay a little something like, a little something under.
At least you know it's reliable.
Yeah. It's under $3,000.
Wisdom teeth isn't as bad as what people make it out to be. I had all 4 removed.
Yeah.
Over spring break 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was eating crackers and wings the next day. I was fine, and I wasn't like drugged up like those videos on Twitter and Instagram and stuff. I was perfectly fine. I just looked extra chipmunky. Like I already have chipmunk cheeks, so like. There's
this woman, not elderly woman. She's older woman.
Mm-hmm.
I used to work with. She quit. She came to work the same day she got her wisdom teeth taken out, and I'm talking to the dentist over here, and they're like, "Yeah, you want to just take the relaxing day off and shit like that." And people at the office and the station, they're like, "No, you can't work. You can't do none of that." And I'm like, I didn't ask them to sedate me. I just told them to freeze my gums and pull them shits out. Because they said that if they wanted to sedate me, I would have to go on a Friday and I have to have a responsible person. I was like, fuck that.
You're going to be awake?
Yeah, I was like, fuck that. I need to get my money that day, bro. Like.
I wasn't awake. I didn't go to work the next day.
You didn't?
No.
I got to go to work the same day. Like, I'm getting my shits taken out at 2. I finish around 3:10.
Take paid time off.
I can't. I kind of used all of that.
Already?
Yeah.
You used one for my party, one for that other podcast that you were featured on. I don't know.
I used a little bit of it. I used what I had left on it, and then I just didn't come in to work the remainder. I was supposed to be finished. I was supposed to come in to work around like 12:40. And I was like, fuck that. I'm like, I'm not coming in to work at 12:40.
Okay.
So I took just an emergency day off, and that should reflect on my shit.
Okay.
And then.
So then, what else did you do this week?
What else? I missed podcast. Okay,
I'm trying to help you out here.
Yes. I'm kind of bad at this. All right. Even though I do a whole bunch of shit, I come on here and I just forget what I do.
Yeah.
All right. So I was on the Food and Liquor podcast. The podcast dropped today. Today's a Tuesday. We record on Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm.
Dropped today. I'm on there, and it's I say it was.
What are some of the topics you guys talked about?
We talked about a little bit of Kanye. We talked about a little bit of the king of R&B. Then we go on to masculinity. Then we go on to what else did we talk about? Race a little bit.
Okay.
And then we talked about and I was trolling near the end. But we're doing a lot of stuff. They asked me like how I get into radio. It wasn't all right. So it wasn't no interview. You're not gonna see me there doing.
Wait, before you go any further, I told you to take that damn heater off. It doesn't work. And it's making noises.
All right, then I took the heater off.
There you go.
So. And look at you freezing. You got your hands cuffed.
I know, but it doesn't work anyways. It's just making noise in the background, and then I'll have to edit it out. And I'm not good at that stuff. You know that.
All right. Then.
All right, continue.
All right. So it's not an interview. If you're going to Food and Liquor podcast, I'm on there. It's not an interview. They're not really asking me a whole bunch of questions like that. It's more so I'm just
joining the conversation.
Yeah, joining the conversation. An extension to the conversation, just a different perspective.
Okay.
It's that. What's cool about it is that I've never been in a conversation. Well, not say never, but I haven't been in a situation where I'm usually talking with all guys and we're just going back and forth. So it's like a cool little change to how I usually do it. Because when I do deliver and when I do make content, it's usually with like a female partner right beside me to have that contrast of male and female. But this one, like locker room talk, was cool.
That's good. I'm excited to listen to it.
Yeah.
That's it? That's all you did?
Yeah, that's all I did. I made fried chicken over the weekend.
And you didn't bring any? What about the ribs? You were supposed to bring me ribs.
See, the thing is, I made ribs that one time, and then I didn't make any ribs after that.
Can I make a Christmas request?
No.
Since we're going to be recording on Christmas Eve anyways.
Oh, what's Christmas Eve? The 24th?
4th.
What's that, Monday?
We decided on the Monday.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, well, I'm going to make one anyways. I'll think about it.
What's that?
Decide what I want. I don't know, maybe like ribs or fried chicken or both. A little bit of both.
I'm trying to get my fried chicken technique right. Like, I'm trying to get it, like, even when I eat my fried chicken, it's like, it's cool, but like, it's not like Popeye's fried chicken.
I heard cornflakes is a secret recipe for that.
Cornflakes?
Mm-hmm. That's what I heard. Allegedly.
I'm going to try something else. Because what I usually do is I usually dip it in the eggs and then I dip it in the flour. Okay. But I'm going to try to reverse. I'm going to try to dip it in flour and then dip it in the eggs and see where that goes.
And toss some cornflakes on top.
I'm not doing none of that shit.
If you want it to be flaky like Popeyes.
Nah, I don't. No.
I swear to you, they do. I saw it somewhere and a couple people have told me it too.
Popeyes does cornflakes. Mm-hmm. I don't believe that.
I believe it.
I don't believe that because, oh wow.
Somebody's tired.
Because Jamaican restaurants, they don't use cornflakes.
Okay, well, Popeyes is not a Jamaican restaurant. It's American fast food.
But, like, still, I'm saying, like, the Jamaican restaurants have their shit crispy as hell, too.
Yeah, because...
And even Harlem Underground got their shit crispy as hell, too.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know. Figure it out.
I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know how to make the buttermilk fried chicken that people like to suggest, but I'll try to do something else. Okay. All right, well, what about you? What you do this week?
First of all, I would like to start this off by saying, if you recall my birthday party.
Yeah.
And
the stupid that Airbnb shambles of a birthday party.
Yeah, the stupid Airbnb host was trying to finesse me out of $400 at the party and then $600 after the party.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? I won the case, so fuck you. You're a bitch. I'm not going to say your name because I ain't trying to get in no trouble. Yeah. But you're a bitch. You didn't get $600 out of me, and I knew you weren't because I had a lot more proof than you did. And yeah, now I'm trying to get her shitty review taken down from my page. That's a whole other debacle, and it's really pissing me off too. But yeah, so that's over and done with. What else did I do? My favorite cousin from England came back from school for the holidays, and I hung out with her.
She came back, or she just came?
Sorry, she lives here. She lives in Newmarket.
Yeah, but
she goes to school in England for optometry.
So she's not English whatsoever.
Well, like her dad is, like how my mom is. Our family is English, but I said it wrong. I meant that she came back for the holidays from school. Okay. That's what I meant. Okay. So she came back, and I went to her house yesterday, and I ended up spending like all day and night with them, pretty much, like her and my other cousins and my aunt and uncle, which is cool because it's a very different dynamic from my household now because my household has gone through a lot of changes.
Yeah, you got the whole family in the crib.
Yeah,
I used to live like that.
8 other nurses.
So. I used to live like that back in the day, like back from like 2001 all the way to like 2000 and some shit.
Yeah.
I had my grandma, my aunts, my uncles. It was a packed motherfucker. I had like 7 people living in the house. It was fucking crazy. It's like you kind of feel like you don't get your privacy, and like especially like I was even talking to my uncle yesterday, and I was just like, yeah, like with all these nurses and stuff, like it's annoying because, for example, me and my dad almost got into a fight, but the nurse was over, so we couldn't actually get into a fight. Like, it's like you have constant guests in your house that you have to be aware of. You got company.
So, yeah, so you can't be mad when you're mad. You can't be sad when you're sad. You just got to be fucking happy all the fucking time. Like, it's really...
Just stay out the way.
It's annoying. It is. Luckily, because I'm in the basement now, like, that's my own kind of space. But yeah, so I hung out with my aunt, uncle, and my cousins yesterday, which was really nice. We went grocery shopping, and I didn't know that they did this, but annually, every single year, they go grocery shopping before Christmas, and they donate $150 worth of food to the food bank in Aurora. So we went to the grocery store just to spend that $150 and then drop it off at the box right at the front of the grocery store. So that was cool. They told me that was a tradition they used to do when my grandma was alive. And then she used to buy them all a treat. My other grandma. Okay. She used to buy them all a treat. So my aunt brought us all a treat. And then we went to my other cousin's house because her and her husband have their own house. So we went to their house, played some cards. Yeah, it was actually just a nice, like, chill family day. I didn't really do much else during the week. I relaxed this weekend. I am going to I Love R&B this Saturday. And if you remember, that was the party that we didn't make it to because Brittany ended up in the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going this Saturday.
Okay.
And I will make it.
Go ahead. Fuck it up.
And yeah, so I'm excited for that. I feel like there was something cool that happened. I don't really know. That's it. I'm on your show later today. That's it. But
yeah, we're doing
this
that.
isn't going to be out in time.
So it's like it already went by.
Yeah.
So you had already missed it.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, then that's good to hear.
Very relaxing.
That's good.
Family-filled week.
That's good. You're getting back to your wholesome self.
Yeah, exactly.
Here we go. You know, you're getting back to the root of what the spirit of Christmas. I like that.
Yeah.
I like to hear all that. You know,
holiday spirit.
You're donating.
Yeah.
You're doing charitable activities.
Yep.
And, you know, that's cool to hear.
I like it.
Because a lot more people need to, you know, if you want to do that, you should.
Yeah.
And, you know, do yourself a favor, people. And if you are in the mood of giving, give to the charity, or
and
maybe actually go to a soup kitchen and trying to serve food to the homeless. Yeah, do something that. I mean, I would never do no shit like that.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I wouldn't either.
Yeah, so,
like I was actually surprised when I found out that my aunt and uncle and cousins have been doing this for years.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know that. So I don't even think my mom knew that.
But everyone's not the same. Everyone's not the same person. So if you're listening to this and that sounds like a great suggestion to try to give back in a more meaningful way with your time rather than money, you know, go volunteer at a soup kitchen or, you know, give back to the homeless in some type of capacity.
Oh, also one more thing. I found out what's wrong with me, like why I keep coughing.
Yeah. Sorry. So Nina got no asthma.
It's not asthma. Well, I do have exercise induced asthma. She did tell me that.
What the fuck is that?
It's when you exercise, you push yourself too hard while you're working out and you get asthma. That's what it is. I noticed that when I played soccer, when I do squats and lunges specifically.
You're not an athlete. You're just your body.
First of all, I am a fucking athlete.
No,
okay?
you're not. You can't have you can't be athletic and have some type of breathing complication.
Do not get it twisted. I am a fucking athlete. I will destroy you in one-on-one soccer any fucking day.
Yeah,
okay?
That's the only sport you talk about.
Second
I
of
kick
all,
your ass in bowling, yo.
I don't know about kick my ass. I'm actually decent at bowling.
I'm actually great at bowling. You didn't see my Instagram story where
I did.
Yeah, I put in work. I'm gonna bowl a 300 game one day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Second of all, I found out that I have a blocked airway, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
It is obstructed airway, meaning something is blocking me from breathing properly in one air pipe or whatever it's called. And I now have to go to a lung specialist and figure out what is blocking my airway. I truly and honestly think this is from doing the hookah in Mexico, because immediately after I did that hookah, it hit different than the hookahs here. I don't know what kind of coals they used or anything, but that's when the coughing started.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been back from Mexico for almost 3 weeks now, and I still fucking cough. It's better, but when I go to sleep at night, it's terrible. I can't sleep.
Go to Mexico, you fucked up your whole self. Came back defective. Look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you.
At least my tan looks nice. That's all that matters.
Can't breathe, but your tan looks nice?
Yeah.
Crazy. All right, let's get into the topics, okay?
Yep.
So we're going to start off with some local shit. A lot of things are happening in Canada and in Ontario.
Mm-hmm.
So, you want to start off with the whole Crime Stoppers and Uber thing?
So Uber Canada and Crime Stoppers have decided to team up and snitch on y'all. So they decided they're creating some sort of partnership to report crime that any Uber drivers see or hear or anything, and they can anonymously submit.
Mm-hmm.
So basically it says Crime Stoppers Ottawa. So maybe this is just in Ottawa to prevent and solve crime. So then when I was looking at that post, I saw it on 6buzz. One of the comments read, I'm just leaving this here, but apparently in small cities in Ontario so far, like where mans are studying right now, so where people are studying.
Whoever wrote that is not studying right now.
Goodbye. So where people are studying, such as Brockview or St. Catharines, Uber drivers are actually undercover police officers. He or she said, I only ride in cabs now, and 3 cab drivers have told me this, and 2 Uber drivers have also confirmed. So just a PSA for the people, don't Bobby Schmurder on yourselves, LOL.
Don't Bobby Schmurder on yourself.
I actually didn't know that they did that in smaller
I didn't know that either.
college towns. But like at the end of the day, like what is this gonna stop you from using Uber? For me, no. I don't unless I can get caught for open alcohol in their car. That's the only thing that I don't think they really care. I don't know.
All right, so I like this. I like this because it really shows how much a lot of you motherfuckers don't know how to shut the fuck up. Like, I was at work. The other day, and homeboy pulled up to me. He started telling me what type of girls he's going at, what type of girls he's making out with. The fact that every time we go on lunch, he's getting smoked out.
Yeah.
Coming back to work high. Talks about hasn't been to work for a lot of times, but getting paid for every single work time. And he knows how to punch in. He knows there's certain codes. He just started telling me
on himself.
Yeah. I'm like, yo, motherfucker, why are you telling me this?
Yeah, like, what if you were a snitch?
Well, not even that. Because I don't play by those rules. But it's not even that. It's like, why people tell on themselves get to yapping. It's like, and it's like, nigga, fuck up. Why are you talking so much?
Well, for this, it's like, what if you're in an Uber with your friend who you just like, sorry.
Look at Nina struggling to breathe. How do I breathe no air?
Shut up. Shut up. You're not funny. So, basically, what if you're in a car? What if you and I did some criminal, like what if we robbed someone's house like a couple weeks ago, and then we're in the car and we're like, yo, remember that time we robbed so-and-so's house, and we're just talking about it? Like, that's where it's like,
that's where you fucked up, because why are you talking about the crime?
That is where you fucked up. Yeah, but see, I don't know, this doesn't really worry me. My only criminal activity in an Uber car would be open alcohol, because I always pregame in the Uber. That's what happens when you don't live downtown.
Why are you drinking? Is it all right to drink in the car?
No, you're not allowed to open alcohol.
No one's allowed.
No,
not even the person not even the people who are not driving.
No, you're not. It's like weed. They said the same thing for weed. Like, you can't. Holy fuck!
Look at that. Nina's about to die on the mic. It's crazy.
They said for weed you can't. You can't, if you're a passenger in the car, you can still get in trouble for smoking in the car. So it's like the same rules as alcohol. You can't have open liquor in the car.
Oh, that's kind of...
So like when you buy bottles and shit too, even if the bottle is closed, if the seal's broken, it's still considered open alcohol. Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I guess.
It's kind of weird. Okay.
Yeah. I don't think this is going to make the biggest difference in Uber's...
to be honest... Why are you talking to your Uber drivers about some shit? You're just supposed to talk about some light shit, nothing incriminating.
No, sometimes when you're drunk, you talk about heavy shit. I talked about a heartbreak to an Uber driver once. I don't remember it, but Brittany told me I did it.
So you talked about...
And I got good advice, allegedly.
Good advice.
I don't remember it.
Didn't help, did it?
No, it didn't.
All right, so guys, we're talking about like that and stuff like that. So or Canada all in general. I thought this was just going to happen in Ontario, but Canada all in general, they have new law has came into effect today as of December 18th. So impaired driving laws and consequences have all changed. So I was on Facebook too, surprisingly, and then I was scrolling down. I see this one woman on my thing, one girl on my thing, and she had like a screenshot of like all the penalties and consequences that happen to people who break these laws and shit like that. So first offense of alcohol, I don't even know. You know what? Fuck it. Let me get to the real shit.
Sorry.
So all right. So mandatory minimum penalties for first offense of blood alcohol content is a minimum of $1,000 fine, and anything after that goes up by like $500. And for your third and subsequent offense, a mandatory minimum of 120 days imprisonment. And for drug impaired driving, you get about $1,000 fine if you find with like 5, I don't know, nanograms. What the fuck's a nanogram?
I'm not quite sure. I've never...
Nanogram of THC per milliliter of blood.
Nanogram is probably just like a smaller version of a gram. Like, you know how it's like megabytes, gigabytes, terabytes, like that.
All right. What I found was like really cool is like you could get hit with like hybrid offenses, like if you have like nanogram of THC and you got LSDs and like all like PCP cocaine inside your blood, you could get hit with like like mandatory. Well, it's surprising to find out that if you have cocaine in your system, you get a mandatory minimum of $1,000 fine instead of criminal. Like, dude, I don't want to lie.
Instead of criminal offense.
So I'm on Facebook looking at the thing.
Oh, that's why I looked at from the article. Yeah, that's why I'm like, what? I don't see that.
So I'm looking at it, and it's like you can have methamphetamine, PCP, cocaine, I don't even know what that,
Ketamine.
ketamine.
It's a horse tranquilizer, but people do it as a drug.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I had a friend who did it once, and it was really weird. She called me, and she was all types of fucked up.
Yeah, like look at that. You'll get first offense, you'll get $1,000 fine. Third offense, you get 30 days imprisonment, and then second offense, you get 30 days imprisonment, and third offense, you get 120 days imprisonment. I mean, I would hate to go to jail over some just dumbass shit.
Yeah,
like this.
So this is but this to me, to be honest.
It gets better. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
It gets better.
Okay, continue.
Let me just get to the real shit. All right, I've been dilly-dallying over some other shit. All right, so impaired driving causing no bodily harm or death, you get 2 years 2 years less a day imprisonment. What the fuck does that even mean?
2 years less a day. I don't know. I never been to jail.
I don't know. And if you're indicted, you get 10 years imprisonment. And if you drive and you cause bodily death or harm, you'll get 14 years imprisonment. And for death, you'll get a life imprisonment. Life in prison.
Oh, yeah, that seems fair. You killed somebody.
You kill someone.
Yeah.
And you get life in prison. Yeah. So that's about it. And if you're no longer able to deny taking a breathalyzer, just want to make that clear.
Yeah, like that's what I was gonna say. I feel like this is something. First of all, I actually didn't even realize until you said it that it's all of Canada. I thought it was just Ontario.
Yeah, it's all of Canada.
But I do think this is a good move. I think it's a move that should have been done a long time ago in terms of making this a mandatory thing. Because I was reading the article and it was saying that before they couldn't breathalyze you unless they had suspicions that you were drunk.
Mm-hmm. Which makes sense. Which really makes sense. Now this is kind of like military. What's that? Martial law type of shit. It's like,
But then how do police define suspicions? Obviously, they're marginalizing certain groups over others when it comes to using those breathalyzers and whatnot. So now I think it's kind of fair that they just have to hit everybody with one.
I doubt that they're going to hit everybody.
I doubt it, but it makes you feel a little tiny bit more
on paper.
Faithful.
It makes you feel confident, but in real life, people have prejudice and preconceived notions of certain people, and they could just have a bad day on the job. It's like,
yeah,
you look like you might be. So when I get tired, my eyes are red.
Yeah. So
I might be driving back, and then I might hit like a roadblock.
Yeah.
Right, and they go like, "Oh, sir, can you take a breathalyzer?" And I could tell them I'm not high and I'm not drunk. It was like I can't say no because I automatically get hit with $1,000 fine. I have to take it, realize that I'm perfectly sober, and then it's like I go out the way.
Yeah.
I get hit.
But even so, in that whole encounter, they could just mistreat you, and it could just end up being annoying. I get it.
I mean, they also said that this is a radical departure from previous law, which insulated people against warrantless searches without probable cause. Like, there's no probable cause. It's like a civil right, or I think the fact that they feel like they can search you, or not even search you, but test you on something that you're not even,
gives them more a sense of power.
Yeah. And I feel like it's going to be used wrongly, and I think it's going to be abused.
I can see that. Again, I'm like, obviously I'm more so just like, oh yeah, it's finally fair for everyone, but I do see what you're saying. It's not going to end up being fair for everyone, just like the same way it's like obviously these suspicions now or before this law was implemented were obviously targeting certain groups and certain people. I think, I don't know, I guess it's just, it also depends on the cop you get too, obviously. I remember once I was a little kid. It was I don't know, the person can get in trouble for this. I don't know if I should say who it was.
How long ago was it?
I was like maybe 8.
Yeah, you good. You can tell that story.
My dad. So when we go to weddings and stuff, not even just my dad, like I'm talking my uncles, like everybody drives home. Like the guys always want to drive home, and 9 times out of 10 they are drunk, which is scary. And so obviously back then, I don't think drunk driving laws were as I don't know, maybe they were, maybe they weren't. The way the situation went, I don't think they were. So we were driving, and I don't think my dad was even drunk, but what had happened was it was all of us, me, my 2 little sisters, and my mom and my dad, and we were driving home, and he had gone through a yellow light and it was turning red, but he went through it, and then I
do that sober.
Pardon?
I said I do that.
Yeah,
sober.
exactly. So that's why I don't think he was like drunk. I know there was times in the car where we were coming back from weddings and he was drunk. One time he asked me to steer the wheel, and I was like,
"Yeah, why you get yourself in a situation where you gotta steer the wheel?"
It's my dad.
Hey, man.
Anyways,
tell Pops that,
and he doesn't
relax.
do it anymore. So because we give him shit for it now. So he went through the yellow light. He got pulled over, and then the cop was like, have you been drinking? And my dad's like, because my dad's like, well, what do you think? And then he's like, well, where'd you just come from? My dad's like, a wedding. And then he's like, so have you been drinking? My dad's like, so what do you think? And then he's like, okay. And the cop was like Asian guy. And then he's like, okay. And then he was like looking at my mom, and then he looked at us three in the back, and then he just let us go. And he was like, go ahead. Like, it's fine. Just go home and get home safe.
Your pop said, what do you think?
Yeah.
I think you haven't been drinking, sir.
Like, and I was like, what the fuck? And my dad's like, a yellow light means go if you can. And then he's like telling him, like, you know, like, I followed the guy in front, whatever. But yeah, the guy just let us go. And like, if my dad really was drunk, like, we could have died.
Yeah,
like,
for real.
Like, now, don't get me wrong. Like, now he doesn't do it, and I notice at weddings and stuff, not a lot of the uncles and stuff or like guy cousins and shit do end up, like, they don't end up driving home, because now I think these laws have become stricter, and they've become more aware that, like, yeah, I can actually get in big shit for this.
Getting hit with $1,000 fine is so inconvenient, especially if you don't really got that money like that.
So it's just like, if this law was in place then, my dad probably wouldn't have been able to continue driving us home.
That night would have been sad for
disaster.
You guys.
Yeah, I was only like 9.
It would have been bad.
Yeah.
All right, on to more pressing news. We got Steph Curry, the yellow lightning.
Yeah.
Waffle colored guy. He thinks that the moon landing was fake. Which is the conspiracy has been around for a while.
Yeah.
Which I'm starting to look at it as like, you know, I starting to feel the same thing. I feel like it was fabricated.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we've been to the moon back in, like, it was the 60s, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not even saying me, but let's say man has been to the moon back in the 60s, back when technology wasn't at the peak it is right now.
Yeah.
We're sending things all the way to Mars. We're seeing what new life forms on Mars. You're telling me we've only been to the moon once.
Maybe they didn't want to go again.
Once.
Yeah.
In the 60s.
Okay.
And we have far greater and better technology now, but we've only been to the moon once. Okay. Once, Nina.
Yes, I could see your finger. I get it.
Once.
I understand.
I find it's kind of, you might take me as a fool to believe that we've only been once.
See, I'm the kind of person who, I trust people and I believe in everything I'm told.
Mm-hmm. Not skeptical.
Yes, it is very. It gets me into quite impractical situations.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that, obviously, I believe this whole moon landing stuff, but then, like, I hear the conspiracy theories, and when you put it like that, like, yeah, we only been once. It is kind of weird.
Once. And we went in 1959.
Okay, we didn't go. The Americans.
The man went.
And so, but NASA responded to this, and they said they invited him to the, like, museum or something in Houston for the evidence and shit. But, like, what if the evidence is just man-made evidence? Like, how do we really know what's real? So
why haven't we been
what's
again?
That guy's name who was on the moon? What was his name? Armstrong?
Yeah, Lance Armstrong.
Are you sure? Isn't that a biker?
No, my bad. Neil Armstrong. Neil. All these fucking Armstrongs, yo. But shout out to the Apollo 13?
Apollo mission?
The Apollo mission.
Okay.
Look at that. Apollo.
Okay. Anyways, yeah.
I'm looking up information. Keep on talking.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Something about Neil Armstrong. Oh yeah. So you think, like, he was, like, on a green screen and, like, just, like, tricking everyone and, like, hey, I'm on the moon.
Nina. 1959.
They have green screens?
1959, and they broadcasted the landing.
Okay.
They broadcast the landing.
Yeah.
To the nation.
Okay.
From what I know of, the last time the broadcast when a spaceship leaves is when a spaceship is taken off. That's when they broadcast a lot.
Yeah, no.
I haven't seen a broadcast. So it
was a green screen. Look at us, we solved it.
Not even solve it, but, like, you gonna really say all that just to say, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at a picture. It says astronaut Buzz Aldrin, lunar module pilot, the first lunar landing mission, posed for a photograph besides deployment USA flag during an Apollo 11. I'm fucking up the reading.
Yeah, you are.
Damn, I can't read.
So what do you think it was? Like, how do you think they did this? What's your theory behind the conspiracy?
Hold on. I'm typing in Google, how many times have man been to the moon? Because we only been there once. No, it's
allegedly.
Lanning. 1969. It says 1969, 1959. Okay, so 1959. Why is the thing wrong?
So.
Well, keep on talking.
Do you believe in like what about other conspiracy theories like 9/11?
9/11?
The conspiracy theory behind that is that there was actually demolition on the bottom of the buildings, and because how did the building somehow, I can't remember which way it was, but it somehow fell a certain way that
it collapsed inward.
Yeah, and that the only explanation for that is that there was demolition underneath on the bottom of them. I kind of believe that conspiracy. I looked into it a little bit. I kind of believe it. It's kind of crazy.
Look at this. Look, are you looking at the video, Nina?
Yeah, can you full screen it?
Oh, my bad. You're looking at this.
Yes.
Who the hell set up the camera? You're telling me two astronauts set up the camera.
Maybe they were trained.
No. You're telling me two astronauts set up the camera, then went in front of the camera, put the American flag into the moon,
into the cheese, and
then said one small step for man, one giant step for
humanity.
Is
that the saying?
I don't know what the fucking saying is.
I don't like space.
They're telling me this is what they did. They set up cameras. Nina,
look. He looks very ghost-like in this. Go look at it and rewind it back a little bit. He looks see-through. Just look at it when he's running towards the camera. Watch.
Yeah.
Why is he see-through like that?
What type of cameras did they have back in 1969? They didn't have no fucking camcorder.
Why is he see-through like that?
It's a fucking camcorder. It's a bullshit camcorder.
No, but you should still be able to see you shouldn't be able to see through the person.
Yeah,
like,
you shouldn't.
Why is he see-through like that?
Yo, this shit was fake.
It's a hoax. It's a hoax. Yeah. I'm convinced now. Why the fuck is he see-through? A camera, it doesn't matter what camera you use. A person is never see-through like that.
Yeah, this shit.
I'm convinced.
This shit fake, yo.
Hoax.
Shake my head. They went all the way to the moon to fake the moon landing. Yeah, that shit fake, though.
Damn.
I think Steph Curry is onto something, but I think he's just way too popular to say something like that.
Like people think he's like joking.
Yeah, but most people are gullible, right?
Like me, I'm one of those.
Yeah, so I don't think that shit real.
At least I'm aware.
All right, then let's talk about this Ebro Kodak interview that went left. But this is hip hop. Birdman did say this years ago. This is hip hop. Sometimes shit goes left.
You always say that.
Because this is hip hop. Birdman said in that interview with Angie Martinez was so profound is that he said this shit is hip hop. Sometimes this shit go left. Yeah. And this is exactly what this was exactly what hip hop is. Okay. Shit goes left.
So
you
want to break it down? I feel like you know it a little bit better than I do.
So in an interview with the interview at Hot 97, Ebro in the morning, Kodak Black was having a cool ass interview. I didn't watch the whole interview because I don't know. Sometimes I don't like the way Ebro interviews.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes
I just watched the clips. I didn't even go bother clicking the link in the bio.
Yeah. I mean, probably the rest of the interview was like Kodak Black said, "Yo, the interview was going so good, but you just had to say that shit." And what Ebro didn't really ask a question. He's more so brought up a topic.
Yes. That he knew he couldn't speak details on.
Yeah. So it was the worst beat around the bush ever. Mm-hmm. It was like got some case coming up. I know you can't talk about some delicate conversation.
We take sexual assault very
seriously
here.
I don't know. And it was like,
and then he's like, yeah. And then just like waits for Kodak to give an answer to what?
Yeah, you're asking a question. You ask a non-question to get an answer that you didn't ask a question for.
And then Kodak responds by saying he feels like sometimes everyone looks at the stuff he's going through as entertainment,
which it is. Don't get it fucked up. It is.
And then Ebro, and then he said, "I don't want to talk about it anymore. Else I'm gonna leave." And then Ebro said, "Go." And then he said, "Okay, fine."
No, he said he wants to switch the topic. He's like,
but he did say over Ebro. I was listening to it back with headphones in. Mm-hmm. He did say while Ebro like talked over him a little bit, and that's why Ebro lost it and said leave. He said, "Otherwise, I'm gonna walk out." And then that's why Ebro was like, "Okay, then go."
Yeah, go.
And then
you're not gonna tell me how to move on my
because I didn't hear that the first time when I listened to it with headphones in, and then I heard it, and I was like, "Oh shit." Ebro addressed the interview and just said like it didn't go how he wanted to, and he feels really bad about it. He doesn't want to ignore the serious allegations, but not ask specifics to make a situation worse. Said people are really tense.
But see, I remember I was listening to the Joe Budden podcast, and what Joe Budden said was that he's riding with Kodak because if you took sexual assault seriously, you would never have him on the platform.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
would say, "Yo, fuck out of here." Go solve that shit and then come back. Then I want to talk to you.
That's true. But yeah. So basically,
fake moral grounds type shit.
What's it called? Trick Daddy also weighed in and was saying like, you're supposed to be his mentor and take him under your wing and blah blah blah.
Isn't Trick Daddy supposed to be Kodak's mentor?
I don't know, but I got one question.
Yeah.
Trick Daddy's out here talking about he wants all the smoke and he's ready.
Yeah.
Can we just take this in his Lacoste sweater with some sort of white stain on it, on his Chevy and his weird ass fucking facial hair, talking about I want all the smoke at a fucking gas station. Who are you to even be weighing in on this? You're trying to stay relevant. Just shut up. Like, literally just shut up.
Trick Daddy's a legend in South Florida.
Like, come on. He clearly ain't that much of a legend. He's riding around in a Chevy in a stained Lacoste sweater.
I want to know what type of illness Trick Daddy has, though.
He's sick?
Yeah, he has something. Yeah.
This is so awkward. Now I feel bad.
Why?
I didn't know he was sick.
He has something.
What's wrong with him?
I don't know, but he has something.
This is extremely awkward.
He talked about it before, but I forget what he has. He
Google
has something.
it while I give my opinion. Okay, I think that it isn't like Kodak's over here talking about if people see it as entertainment and blah blah blah. It's not entertainment, it's facts. Like, people know like the facts of the case and whatnot. And it does have to be addressed. But I didn't see the point of Ebro bringing it up. If he knows,
he has lupus.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't see the point of Ebro bringing it up if he said he knows he can't talk about details. Like we said, the way he went about it was just like, yeah, this serious case, whatever. And expected some sort of answer to a question he never even asked. He brought it up when there was no point in bringing it up. He was doing it to get a rise out of Kodak. And I feel like Kodak saying that he would leave is because, honestly, I feel like it's because he knows he can't say shit on the case. Like, he can't if Ebro's going to continuously not even ask questions, but insinuate or instigate a certain situation over and over, he knows he can't talk about it, so he's not gonna he's gonna leave. And I do think,
how eloquent do you think Kodak could even talk about something so
I don't
delicate?
Even fucking know. I don't think he could.
You feel like what Kodak said was like, I'm not gonna talk about that shit and then move on.
Yeah.
Best thing.
And I think also, but I do think, however, Trick Daddy's saying like to teach him right from wrong and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I do think Ebro was in a way doing what Trick Daddy said, to teach him right from wrong, but he did it at the wrong time. He should have done it behind closed doors, knowing that he can't speak on it. Mm-hmm. And he did it at the wrong time. But I do think he was trying to teach him right from wrong by telling him, like, sexual assault's a very serious thing. Like, we take that very seriously.
You should, you know what? Fuck that. When you stand on something, right? Mm-hmm. If you say sexual assault is very serious, and you take sexual assault serious over here, then you shouldn't have someone who is, to be honest, you're innocent until proven guilty. To be honest, you're innocent until proven guilty. But if you're one of those type of people who's like, you don't really see the nuance of shit, and you talk about you take sexual assault very serious, it's like, after the fact, you should go like, if you committed the crime, then we take that shit serious. You don't want to have nothing to do with you. Fuck you. Uh-huh. But before that, you gotta go like, we don't know, so I'm not gonna talk about it until shit comes to full light.
Well, and that's what I think. And just knowing you couldn't bring up details, what was the point? I think it was to get a rise out of Kodak and to make a somewhat controversial interview, which he successfly did.
Do you think so?
And he got his...
Do you think so? I mean, the interview got like over a million plays on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he wanted.
But do you really think so? You really think that for someone to be so remorseful after to go like, I try to have a balanced convo with this man, and
but I don't think he was. I think that's just the way you have to play it off when you're in the public eye. You have to say sorry for the things you're wrong about, but it's worked out successfully for you. So yeah.
I think Ebro was wrong in the aspect of having someone up there that he kind of said that they take sexual assault serious over there. Yeah. Where they should have just said, you know what, I just forgo the interview with Kodak because I don't want that type of energy around, not even energy, but that type of brand around me. The corrupted. I mean, Kodak Black right now, he's trying to rebrand anyways, right? So he's trying to get into. I mean, if you watch,
he get engaged?
No. It was. I think that was just some shit for some music video.
Okay, I thought so too.
But Kodak Black is trying to rebrand right now. He's trying to look good in the eyes of people. I think Kodak Black has always been cool in the eyes of the people anyway. It's just that he's been going through a lot of fuck shit and going in and out of prison all the time and doing a whole bunch of hood rat shit and getting himself, I guess, influenced to do the shit that he shouldn't be doing for someone who is as successful as he is. Mm-hmm. So Ebro's wrong. Yeah. And Trick Daddy is not right.
Yeah.
For what do you? But the thing is,
Trick
all
Daddy
this
just I don't even know why he came up.
all the things I'm seeing is like I looked at Trick Daddy just going all that. It's like yeah, this is entertainment, but like he's not really saying nothing to the damn.
Yeah, he's not at all.
He's not saying.
That's what I'm saying. He just did to be relevant.
He's not saying nothing. He's not when you defend someone, you got to know what you're defending them. What he's defending on.
Exactly.
You just don't like the fact that
under your wing.
He's like you don't like the fact that you didn't like the fact that Ebro brought up a sensitive topic. Then he was like, all right, so what do you like? What is your whole motive? It's like, are you supportive of sexual assault, or you should have said like, yo,
because it could seem that way, the way he's supporting Kodak and stuff.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And then I see Tory Lanez saying it's like what Ebro did was the bitch ass nigga move, and it's like, what do you? My thing is, what are you trying to come at? Like, what is your whole stance? Like, what is,
that makes it controversial.
Yeah, what is your stance? It's like, all right, so are you mad at the fact that Ebro stands so strongly on sexual assault, or are you mad at the fact that your mans that you really like is
out here plotting and scheming?
Yeah, it's just being because no one would really say that say if it happened to someone else. It's like it depends on who you are. It's like a lot of favoritism goes on.
Yes,
it's like if we like you, then when you do something wrong and someone tries to put that on you,
back and pretend like it didn't happen.
Exactly,
that's exactly what it is.
Exactly.
And if Kodak was a regular dude, I don't think it would be. That way.
And they didn't pull that fuck shit on Fabulous though.
Yeah. Nobody addressed Fabulous.
They didn't pull that fuck shit on Fabulous. It's like you didn't go like, yo, it's a difficult topic and we take domestic violence serious over here. No one said that type of shit to Fabulous. They let him rock out.
Yep.
No one.
You know why? I think because people have, not that it's right, but people have different tiers when it comes to the severity of situations.
Yeah.
And I think that played a part in it. And for them, it's like, well, domestic violence, we hear about it all the time, so whatever.
Yeah.
Sexual assault, unfortunately, is slowly going to become one of those things. I could see it happening.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a thing. It's been a thing. It's just now that we have a light on it.
It's going to become a thing where it's like, oh, it was just sexual assault. Like, I don't see the big deal.
Hold on. What makes domestic violence domestic violence? Does it have to happen in the home?
I'm not quite sure. I'll look it up.
Because I see people say domestic violence all the time. I'm like, yeah, what is it? Does it have to happen in the home?
Define. How about define?
Because it's like there's assault and then there's domestic violence.
Okay, violent or aggressive behavior within the home, typically involving the violent abuse of a spouse or partner. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways,
all right. Moving on.
Migos said they are the biggest group ever out of all genres.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking pop, rock, hip hop, country. If country people even have groups.
Well, I mean, it's false, but I let them rock out.
It is false because you know what? I'm over here. When I heard that, I started laughing because I was like, "Hello, Backstreet Boys! Did we forget about Backstreet Boys? Like, they're still on tour. They have a tour stop here in July that I was trying to get tickets for, by the way. So if someone's trying to help me out, please let me know.
July 2019.
Yes, and and like obviously, I don't think the Migos are gonna be doing that years from now. But fucking Backstreet Boys had an Arthur special, a whole hour-long Arthur episode.
Yeah, but that was a different time.
They're legendary. Migos is not going to go down in the books like that. I love them, don't get me wrong, but they're not going to go down in the books like that.
Migos was in Atlanta. What are you talking about?
What?
Migos were in the show Atlanta.
Oh, I was like, what do you mean? I know they're from Atlanta. Okay, but that's not like, this is what I'm saying. Backstreet Boys going from like teenage girls like as their fan base to children and having a whole children's special is so fucking legendary in my eyes. Like I remember watching it as a kid and being like, yo, this is crazy. Name one other group that's done that and gone into a children's show. Not the Wiggles.
What, the fucking Wiggles?
Do you even know what the Wiggles are?
What the fuck are the Wiggles?
Google it.
Hold on, S Club 7 had their own TV show.
Yeah, but I rock with S Club 7 too. But they weren't as big as the Backstreet Boys.
Are you sure?
Yes. They were big in the UK, but not that big. Not huge. Not as big as they were in the UK and in the States and in Canada.
S Club 7 was popping though.
Yes, but they had more of a presence in the UK than they did. They didn't have the same presence worldwide, such as Backstreet Boys.
Okay.
That's my opinion. Right. I was trying to look up numbers on Backstreet Boys and Migos and compare them, but I couldn't find anything.
Maybe those records are skewed.
maybe. But
and plus back then they had television. You gotta understand, television and radio were like the main avenues, and once you were on television, you were huge.
Yeah, but
radio,
but
huge.
this is like Arthur is a cartoon show. They drew whole characters for these guys. Like,
you're really going to bat for these white guys.
Isn't legendary to you? Like, literally had me shook at 8 years old.
To be honest, I guess I wasn't like the Backstreet Boys wasn't my shit. Like,
nah, they were my shit, and it's just like looking at them now, like even to this day, they're still doing the reunion tour. Like the Spice Girls. Spice Girls are doing the reunion tours. They're obviously all end up doing them without one member. Like for example, Spice Girls is missing Victoria Beckham. Backstreet Boys is missing somebody. I can't remember who. Pardon?
I'm the Victoria.
She just doesn't want to do the tour.
She's bigger than the tour. She don't need the money grab.
Yeah. So it's like these people are doing these reunion tours still. I don't think Migos is gonna do reunion tours. I don't see it happening.
I don't think they're gonna break up. They have to break up to do a reunion tour.
But Backstreet Boys and Spice Girls never broke. Actually, they did.
They broke up. To do a reunion tour, that means you have to break up. Migos will still probably be on tour.
But even if we're not talking about reunion,
like legacy acts,
if we're talking about this late on after your career was like Backstreet Boys were popping like 2005, 2006,
chill out.
Or like 2004, 2003.
Chill out.
2003.
1998 to 2001.
No, a little more than that.
2002.
At least 2004.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
2000.
I remember being 9 years old and choreographing dances.
At least to their old shit.
No.
To their old shit. 2000. I'm giving them 2002.
So, but look how late on we are. We're in what, we're about to be in 2019. I don't see the Migos going on tour. What is that? 12, 10, 8, 16 years later.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see them doing that. So, in my opinion, Migos, you guys are a great group, but you're not the most legendary group of all time. So let's shut it down. Thank you.
Yeah, you out here over analyzing shit. Like, yo, they were popping in like late 90s.
No, 2000s.
I'm looking at it right now. I want it that way. 1990. Oh, that's not them. That's millennial. Everybody, 1997. As Long as You Love Me, 1997. Nina, these guys were popping in 2000.
Okay, but that plays even more towards my case then. So we're basically 20 years later and they're still out here on a reunion tour.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't a reunion tour, they're still out here on a tour and getting sold out shows. The date in Toronto is sold out. Okay? Their fan base is still able to connect with them at a later date. I don't think Migos fan base is going to be able to connect with them about talking about fucking bitches and popping perks and mollies at 20 years later. I'm not going to be able to connect with that when I'm 40. So that's how I see it.
I Want It That Way came out in 1999. Nina, you out here giving these guys way too much credit. You didn't
even hear what I just said. What I just said was so valid. It's ridiculous.
No, but you're really you're really on these guys' dicks. Like,
yeah, I really was. I really loved them.
Shit. All right. So, yeah, I mean, it's good to hear. Remember back when the whole meme was going on, saying Migos are bigger than the Beatles or better than the Beatles?
Yeah, that was funny.
That was all that shit. That's what it is. It's like you kind of let your nuts hang. That's what it is. Jacquees is letting his nuts hang. The Migos letting his nuts hang. I told you they're twin brothers.
Okay.
Jacquees, Migos.
Let's relax.
All right, so let's talk about this Kanye shit. So
yeah, everybody knows what happened.
Kanye's back tweeting again. Yeah. Getting at Drake and Travis Scott and things like that. And
you let my brother-in-law diss me on his song. Yeah. Nobody even dissed you. They
is that his brother-in-law? I didn't
stripes. No, but he called it his brother-in-law. So he might have just spilled some tea for us, actually.
Where?
Because people have been wondering if Kylie and Travis got married. And then he called him his brother-in-law on Twitter, so could be.
Oh, wow. Maybe they are. I mean, they are kind of related because they're children related.
Yes.
But
exactly. And Kim defended Kanye, and then Drake's baby mama weighed in, then Meek weighed in, then Snoop said that stop talking on Twitter, go meet up in person, which I agree with.
Man, Snoop needs to shut the fuck up.
No, Kanye pissed me off when he gave Ariana Grande the smoke for it was a joke, bro.
No. Ariana, why is she talking?
It was a joke.
Why is she talking? She was trying to promote music, no?
I don't care. That was funny. It was because you know what? If the roles were reversed, he would have done the exact same thing. 100%.
But she has an ex-boyfriend that's suffering mentally because of her, and she wrote a song about that.
No, not A. Yeah. And no. Let's get that. No. Because now we're gonna go on to that topic.
Boyfriends are suffering.
Because of
both
her.
Her ex-boyfriends are suffering.
That's because they don't know how to get over the situation. Not that that's their fault, but it's not her fault that they're upset and don't know how to deal with the situation.
Come on.
That's like saying if I ended the podcast and you were suffering mentally, it's my fault. No, that's not my fault. That's because you don't know how to deal with the situation. That's not anybody's fault.
Come on.
She left the situations because she knew the that she deserved better. She even said with Mac Miller, she talked about the drug stuff with him and everything. His heartbreak was so bad he didn't know how to get on without her, so he ended it himself. That's not her fault.
He didn't commit suicide.
Okay, but he accidentally. But that's not her fault. That's not just because I came into your life and you don't know how to cope with me without me in your life. That's not my fault. So fuck you for saying that.
She has 2 ex-boyfriends going through some type of shit, right?
And she tried to go see Pete after those tweets happened, and he declined to see her.
Yeah, because what are you doing?
But what is her fault? Yeah. Nothing is her fault.
Don't try to. Come on.
Nothing is her fault. That I don't get it. If you don't know how to cope without somebody in your life, you better figure it out.
And I'm liking how
never gonna
I'm liking how she backpedaled too, because she knew she didn't really stand on that. She didn't really stand on that joke. She didn't stand on it.
Well, she said it because it's Ariana Grande. She's innocent. Like, that was fucked. Kanye, honestly, you're extra fucked for that.
She didn't stand on it.
And she apologized for it. So whatever she said, I'm not.
She knew that she was trying. She knew that what Kanye said, that she was really getting at it.
No, she knew that because he is mentally ill, she wasn't going to play with him like that. And the fact that he took it seriously like that, she was like, oh, fuck. Because you think it's a joke. Kanye jokes about dumb shit all the time. You would think Kanye back in the day, 100%, he would have pulled this exact same shit that she did. It was a joke. He took it too seriously, and she realized
Kanye would never pull nothing like that, because Kanye's not doing none of that shit.
Kanye would 100%.
No, Kanye's not doing none of that shit.
He would.
Nah.
But
look at that. Hold on. Ariana said that shit, and she was like, oh man, I feel bad. Maybe I should have never said that. If you start to feel like that, maybe you should have never said it.
She did not say that. I will tell you what she said right the fuck now. No, don't ever come at my girl, Ariana Grande.
She tweeted.
She even said, and I agree with her on this, stop weaponizing mental health, everyone.
So why she apologize?
Agree. Ding, ding, ding. You hit the nail on the fucking head. You know why?
Yeah.
Also, just quickly after this, just to run down the rest of it, Kanye met up with Travis. They talked. Then Travis posts in his Instagram story picture of him in a Nike sweater, what everyone thought was a Nike sock just placed on his sweater. Then Kylie comes to his defense and is like, it's actually just a sweater, screenshots a sweater, posted on Twitter, and then says he still has a Nike deal, by the way.
He always had a Nike deal.
Yes. So
he released Nike shoes this year.
Let me just say this. So Ariana Grande said stop weaponizing mental health, which I agree with. And I also came across these other 2 tweets from a user who they went kind of viral. Like they went, those like 12,000 retweets, those kind of tweets.
Yeah.
So this girl said, hot take, but Kanye West isn't standing up or opening up about mental illness. He is using mental illness to say and do whatever he wants, and the moment someone doesn't agree, he blames them for worsening his mental illness. Mental illness. Mm-hmm. He is just childish. And just to clarify, I'm not implying he doesn't have a mental illness. I'm just saying he isn't the mental health advocate we need, nor is he doing much to help with the destigmatization of mental health. I 1,050% agree with those tweets, because you know what? The way, like, all of a sudden, everything turns into, you're attacking my mental illness. You're attacking my mental... Nobody even attacked that you were bipolar in the whole tweets thing. Like, nobody said anything about that. Even with Ariana Grande.
Or her ex, Pete, was like, thank you for standing up. Because he knows...
When did he stand up? He didn't say... He like the girl said, he's not opening up about his struggles with bipolar. He's not...
But Pete took that shit, was like, yeah, that really helped me.
No, Pete did that because he's petty and he's mad that he's not with Ariana still. That's it, plain and simple.
Hold on, my question is Ariana's pussy that fire?
I don't know.
Is it really that fire? Because we got 2. I think it might be like white woman magic to white man. Hold on, let me cook. All right, so because you see how Mac Miller was like, he's going through withdrawals up the pussy, and then
or drug withdrawals, but okay.
I mean, and then Pete started going crazy after the pussy left. But Big Sean I'm saying maybe that pussy is only fired to white men.
Maybe
because Big Sean moved on. He got himself Janae.
Maybe.
Janae
got she said, actually, Ariana allegedly recently said that she would get back with Big Sean.
Because Big Sean was... Because she knew the pussy didn't have no power over that man. And maybe that pussy's only suitable for white women. I mean, for white men.
Well, you won't be able to figure that out, so...
Why you say that? Why you say that?
Not white.
I know, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like I'm just saying, like the white guys that she's been with.
Yes.
They all went to shambles right after.
Yeah.
The black guy that she's been with, he went on to bigger and better things.
Okay.
I mean, technically no, but
aren't they done? Janae Aiko and Big Sean, they're done.
Allegedly.
I also think Snoop Dogg is right, and he should go talk to Drake in person instead of using his mental illness as an excuse to validate his tweets, such as what this person on Twitter said, because that's what he's alleged. That's what he's doing. using his mental illness as an excuse to validate his Twitter rants and everything else that goes on. It's like, that's not mental health isn't an excuse. It's a condition. It's something that if you want to advocate for it, open up about it a little more. Tell people about the resources that there are. I have not seen him once tweet out a resource for people who are suffering from bipolar. Not once. Instead, he's just over here like, oh, you're attacking my bipolar and blah, blah, blah. If you really want to stand for something, then stand for it.
I thought you
Don't
didn't
be out
have
here
mental
validating
health.
your tweets with excuses.
Didn't Kanye say at the White House that he didn't have mental health? He just have sleep deprivation?
Well, now all of a sudden he has mental health.
All right, you guys believe whatever he says.
So,
but hold on. Why are you telling this man to go talk to a man who said he's threatening him?
Talk to him and
fuck you guys talking about?
He's making that up. Like, I think all of it is just for show. Like, I can't handle him anymore.
People talking about, people talking about Kanye, go talk to Drake. But Kanye telling you, that man's threatening me and my family.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't even think the Travis Scott conversation went the right way, because you wouldn't just post that picture in your story with the Nike sweater for a sponsorship. In my opinion, nah, that's not. I don't think it went the right way, and I think Travis did it to be like petty and funny, which obviously it worked. And I would love to be a fly on the wall during Kris Jenner's annual Christmas Eve party at the Kardashians, because Drake is there every year. Kanye is obviously going to be there. Travis is going to be there. I don't think Drake's going to be there this year, but Kanye and Travis and Kylie and Kim, I would love to see them.
Well, Kylie and Kim are not going to fight.
They could. I could see it happening.
They're sisters.
I could see it happening.
They're not going
to... They fight. Did you not see what Kim said to Kourtney? You're the least interesting to look at.
Did she say that?
You don't watch the Kardashians, so you wouldn't know.
No, I don't. It
was a viral clip on Twitter, though. She said that to Kourtney. She said, you're the most boring and the least interesting to look at, because Kourtney said she didn't want to do a photo shoot.
Kourtney, right? The older sister.
Yes.
Yeah, she is.
But you don't say that to your sister. That's fucking mean.
Why is that hard to look? Why is that hard? Hold on.
So mean. Just
if anyone's going to tell you the truth, it would be the family.
No, but that's mean. But that's what I'm saying. They would fight about it 100%. But yeah, I just think that Kanye, I agree with the tweets that I saw in terms of him just using his mental illness to validate these rants as an excuse. Like, he's not going about it the right way at all. If what he's trying to do is destigmatize it, he's not doing it. I will tell you that.
All right.
I'm sick and tired of him.
All right. Yeah. All right.
Your turn.
We're gonna talk about this later on the show. I got a cool ass topic for this whole Offset thing. I might whatever.
Okay. You don't want to give your opinion on the Kanye stuff?
No, the Kanye thing? Yeah. Like what I say, I already said what I had to say about the Kanye shit. I got nothing else to say. So Offset begs Cardi B.
I'm about to get in my bag for this one.
Go ahead. All right, so I was talking. I made a post about this, and then a whole bunch of girls flooded my DMs talking about how, blase blah. Offset's been cheating. Blase blah. Offset this, Offset that, and I'm talking about. And what my response to this whole thing is that women entertain men a lot differently than men entertain women.
Explain.
A woman will entertain a man in a way where she gets emotionally involved, physically involved with him, take his money, suck his whole ass dick, but won't fuck because she says that's cheating. That's what entertainment. That's how women entertain men. They'll do a whole bunch of other shit, but just won't smash because they said that's cheating.
Okay.
But they'll do a whole bunch of weird shit, and it's like, whoa, you entertain me a little differently than a man. I
don't think women do that.
Yeah, they do that. They do that. Women will suck a whole dick, take money from dude, go on dates, get emotionally involved. Do a whole bunch of cute shit as a form of entertaining a man, but just won't smash because she says that's way too far for me. That's what a woman would do.
Okay.
So when I look at it, when I look at the whole situation, we spoke about this last week. Yeah, so he didn't cheat on Cardi, let's say in traditional sense.
This time.
He entertained the thought of doing it. He talking about, I want to go to New Orleans. I never been to that place either. But
seems like it'd be a fun place.
New Orleans? Yeah. New Orleans?
Yeah.
Sounds like
I'm getting purple vibes from it.
Purple vibes. And then where's my train of thought? All right, so yeah, he just entertained the thought of having a threesome with these two chicks, but he said it never went through. The thoughts never got one on him. He just entertained the thought. Cardi B's mad about that. I'm thinking, yo, Shawty overreacted. This man's a changed man.
You're forgetting that he cheated on her literally a year ago in September.
But you know what Cardi B said
he and her both addressed it. He admitted to it.
But you know what Cardi B said in a post comment to someone else? She said, you're cheating on him and then you're still with him. And she was like, so did Martin Luther King. Malcolm X, or I don't know Malcolm X.
Yeah, because she also replied when September one came out last year. She also said, and I said this last week too. She said, "I'd rather be with him than to have to start over with someone new." But it only becomes a matter of time before you get sick and tired of being. You think the first time someone cheats on you, they learn their lesson. Clearly, with him, that wasn't the case, and he did it afterwards. He entertained the thought of it afterwards, which is enough to be like, "Yo, you were really gonna go and do this." It wasn't until it came out that all of a sudden it's like, "Nah, I didn't do it though." Whatever. Listen. First of all, I want to say, because the game came out and he posted a video on Instagram talking about, you guys should get back together. It's the holidays. Yep. You got to be a family unit, blah, blah, blah. And then he's responding to someone's comment saying, he said, I read some of the comments and it's really sad how more than half of them are women saying she should move on. How do you think marriages lasted so long back in the day? It wasn't because someone moved on after every little incident or situation. It's because the word marriage itself is built on a rock, something that's supposed to be solid and last a lifetime. This new way of thinking is why most black children grow up in broken homes. Some things are worth saving, especially marriages. Happy holidays to you all.
That's coming from a man who has a broken home in his damn self.
Yeah, thank you. I said, what the fuck kind of power does the game think he even had in the first place in making this video talking about, I want to see them back on my Instagram immediately after this video? He said that at the end of his video. Yeah. What kind of power do you think he had? Personally, I kind of think there could be a possibility that Offset called the game, the game called Offset. They talked about the situation, and then the game was like, "Oh, you want me to help you out?" And so they plotted and schemed and posted this video together. Well, I could see that happening. That's an elaborate thought. Second of all, the game can suck a dick. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for everything. Where the fuck is his family unit? And plus, the holidays isn't an excuse to let constant cheating and disrespect slide. That is my problem. He's defending Offset by saying he didn't do it and he just entertained it, whatever. He didn't actually do it. By doing that, he's normalizing the fact that men always text women and entertain them, so it should be okay or expected by the woman. But the text show, Cuban had a show that night. So if Cuban was free, there is no doubt in my mind Offset would have followed through with it and done that threesome or whatever the fuck else he wanted to do. I just think, I don't know. And I think the whole Offset coming on stage while during Cardi's set, no. Do that shit in private, not on my set. That is the equivalent of coming to my workplace and doing that shit. And let me tell you, if somebody came up to the station and started pulling that, "Oh, I'm sorry" shit to me at work, I would be pissed as fuck. Wow. And he responds to it by saying, "Oh, well, my mistakes were made public. I want to make my apologies in public too." No.
This makes sense.
No, that doesn't. You know why? Because he's sad he got caught. He's sorry he got caught. And so now he's like, "Oh, well, I don't want to look bad. Like I'm not trying to apologize and fix it. So I'm just going to do everything extra and try to fix." He looks like a douchebag. He literally looks like a douchebag. I think that he begs for her back because I think, to be honest, it all comes down to when we talk about celebrities messing with their equal. He doesn't want a normal girl because he already had that before. He has 8 other kids? Whoa. Something like that. Okay, maybe I'm more exaggerating. Yeah, it's 4. Get at this, man. So he needs someone who gets his lifestyle, but he's taking advantage of that because he's defining his lifestyle as being able to go and cheat with multiple women in the industry. And he realized that when it's too late. I am not here for this whole situation. I think the game has normalized cheating and stuff like that. Whoa. Let me tell you this. I will never, ever, ever be with a man who disrespects me like that. I have more respect for myself. Okay. So I think Cardi's doing the right thing by walking away. I pray to God she does not get back with him. For the family, cool. Work out a cool co-parenting thing, but he's disrespectful as fuck. And he would have done it if Cuban wasn't having a show. I'm done. Your turn. Damn. I wish you saw, I had all these notes because I was going in on my keyboard when I was typing this shit. I was like, no, I need to remember all these points. You really going in like that? All right. I mean, all I really got to say is that I think he made a good point. I'm making a good point? No, I think Offset said, all right, what I'm saying, all right, let's try to break it down a little bit more. Okay. All right, so Offset made a video begging to get Cardi B back. No response. Offset comes to her show at Rolling Loud this past weekend. Lame. And said, hey, asked for forgiveness and, I'm sorry, bro. Who the fuck says that to your baby mama? You know what? Cardi B gotta stop calling you my baby father. Yo, that's your whole husband. Why you doing that? Don't disrespect. That's her husband anymore. That's her husband. They haven't got a divorce. In her mind, they have, so.
That's your husband. Say ex-husband at least. Don't try to
Call him baby father. Degrade him.
Don't
degrade his ass.
No,
you're
degrading yourself. Stop it. Stop this. Stop this. And so I look at this whole situation, and Cardi B went on Instagram Live, and she's going through dick withdrawal. You see that video?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you did. You saw that.
I saw that.
Yeah.
So what? I feel her. I'm going through the same thing.
What she gonna get Offset coming back because she know that he pipes it well. She pipes it well.
Maybe she was reminiscing about her old boyfriend who got out of jail recently. That one.
She's not going back to that guy.
She might.
She's not going back to that guy.
She might.
She's not going back. She's not gonna pull a Nicki Minaj.
Yo, I found out how they met.
Yeah,
oh, yeah, we talked about this already.
Well, we didn't talk about it. You hit me in the DM.
Yeah.
But she's not doing Nicki Minaj.
They knew each other. She met him when she was 16, and she said he was her first love. So romantic.
Nicki Minaj is still desperate.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj. She's still desperate. Oh, man. So my thing is, Offset.
You look like that fucking meme. That guy. Yo, Apologist did that meme. That gif or gif of the guy putting his hands together, licking his lips, opening them.
But the thing is, I know how to flip this conversation, but I'm going to do it on air because it's going to be a lot better on air.
Why? Because now you know my whole thought process on it.
It's different. It's different. It's different. But yeah, I'm gonna let you rock with what you said, and then I'm
keeping those notes for the show.
Go ahead, keep it pushing. All right then. That's all I gotta say. I really got no thoughts on it. All I gotta say is like how girls entertain men and how men.
I think Offset and the Game are both bitches.
Whoa.
That's really how I feel. Like this makes me so mad.
You sound like a scoring woman. That's what you sound like.
I am not scored.
You're scoring.
I've been hurt in the past, but I've moved forward.
You sound like a scoring woman that's trying to take your anger out on someone.
No, but I told you, I hate when people try to come back. That's my issue here. Is you realize you fucked up and you lost what you had, so don't try to come back.
Nah, sometimes marriage is a little different. Sometimes marriage, you gotta fight for it.
A chance. He's fucking up more. It's
sometimes you gotta fight for it.
Angry.
You gotta fight for it a little different. That's what it is. Okay. But yo, let's talk about QC as a motherfucking label, organization, and an artist talent group. Yo, the CEO of QC got Leah Galore pregnant, and I guess I thought her best friend Kayla, but I guess they're not best friends.
Okay. I mean, it would be kind of not funny,
but yo, he got 2 chicks pregnant at the same damn time. He got Leah Galore pregnant. That was his whole fiance. No longer. She actually took Twitter. I mean, not Twitter, but she took the Instagram and she made a whole bunch of like black Do people have like a black thing inside their phone just for them to write, or do they? Well, like,
you know, this morning when I was putting the promo for the A-Team on Instagram,
yeah,
that black screen is actually an option now.
Is it really?
But it never used to be. So people used to just take pictures of their phone like face down like this.
Damn, you sound like you. Yeah. So while you steady come back with these private apologies and guilt gifts, begging me to forgive you and come back home. I'm tired of being bullied and disrespected when I've been nothing but nice to you and respected those around you. I never asked you for none of the money, cars, rings, bags, etc. These are all the things you came at me with. I opened my heart up to you, accepting your kids and your extended family. So what you won't do is continue to treat me like you haven't cried tears to me about how thankful you are to have me and for trying to help you work.
Stop laughing.
We're trying to help you work on you and your demons and issues you are battling with yourself. Now, I've sat back since I started fucking with you in July. She put parentheses around July and let you disrespect me publicly. Let those around you disrespect me. From the cheating, the gaslighting, taking my stuff away from when you get mad, giving it to the hoes you fucking are.
So bad. That's mean.
And this show she started. Now, y'all know I'm an unproblematic queen and I be chilling. Y'all know I don't do this internet BS. However, yo, this is Leo Galore. She got fucked on by a P. Dude had a whole ass wife or whole ass child.
So this other girl, Kayla, I think her name is Kayla. I think you accidentally put the R.
It's Kayla.
Oh, okay.
It's Kayla.
Kayla, I think she was pregnant before Lyra and P actually got engaged, no? That's what I read.
Yeah, but P put her up, made it public saying that, yo, he got this chick pregnant and all
by
that.
Posting Daddy Shark under her picture.
Yeah. Leah Galore actually tried to lie on it and say that, yo, I'm not pregnant, and then P exposed that, yo, she capping. It's all love.
Yeah. And then she said, well, what if there's something else I need the ultrasound for? She was responding.
Yo, she was trying to do some other shit. I'm like, what?
So do you think she's really pregnant or not?
I've been Lyra.
Maybe she's denying it because maybe she's getting an abortion.
Is she?
Possibly.
I doubt that.
But why else would you deny it?
She's not going to get no abortion.
You can't deny it and then all of a sudden come up with a baby bump. You just look stupid. She could get an abortion. Who is she? She like, was she an Instagram model? Is that how they met?
She's still an Instagram model.
So that's how they met. That's her career.
Yeah. So funny enough, she was Rick Ross's ex-fiance.
Yep.
Because I guess she broke up because like old tweets surfaced of her saying, I want to fuck on Meek and Meek is everything.
Oh my God, that's so lame. Yeah. That he broke up with her because of that.
But Meek is I'm too. Fuck that.
That's old tweets.
Fuck that.
Probably I'm thinking from like 20, like maybe like 8 years before.
Hey man, my thing is you can change the thought process of how you look at other races, but you can't tell me you could change the way you look at another man that you never been with, a fantasy, and make your pussy wet. That changes.
Oh, you can.
You can?
I'm trying to think.
Nah, if the pussy was wet off of one man from a few years ago, that pussy still gonna get wet off of one man.
I don't think so.
Meek still successful, still shining.
I know, but I when you build something different with Rick Ross, obviously you fell in love with him for another reason. So I just think that's insecure shit.
That still does not negate the fact that you still like someone. If I've been with girlfriends and still knew that one day if I was able to be in front of Tinashe, I would take that down. You tell me different.
I wouldn't break up with you. I would be like, obviously, like, you know, if I seen you interacting with her, I'll get a little jealous, but I wouldn't break up with you.
You can't, but a lot of these celebrity guys can't trust these hoes.
Especially if you're engaged. That's
Hold on,
very
but
extra.
my thing is,
but where's the game when we need him now? Talking about, marriage requires a lot of things. You don't just.
They're not married. They were never married.
They were engaged though. They were one step closer to marriage, so they pretty much were married. When you're engaged, you're pretty much married at that point. You're not going to break up before the wedding. It's very rare that people do that.
I mean, people
stop looking at me dumbfounded.
You're saying a whole bunch of shit. You've been pregnant since at least September. That's 4 or 5 months, sis. Ultrasounds aren't just to detect babies. Anything could be wrong with me. Hush. Why is she saying that? Why? Hold on. I feel like she's way too embarrassed to have a baby by this guy.
Yeah.
That she won't even go out and bat. She's denying a baby. Well, what's that Pusha T sign? What's that Pusha T line? What's that Pusha T line?
I don't know.
You were hiding the baby?
You're hiding. Oh, you weren't hiding. No, that's a Drake line.
No, what's the
Pusha from my kid? I was hiding my kid from the world.
Pusha T line.
That's Drake.
Line baby.
It's not gonna come up. That's a terrible Google search.
No, it is a great Google search because it's coming.
I just can't believe. Okay, you know what? I'm also very conflicted on. This Q or P guy.
Yeah.
He's not very good looking.
What is that your MO here?
But the girls are like super hot. So how did
money makes you attractive, sir?
I don't know about all that.
Money makes you attractive.
Like I don't think like Trippie Redd is attractive and he has money.
Money makes you attractive. I don't know what you're talking about, Nina.
No.
The minute you get money, fame, and status, that's really draws security more so draws women.
Maybe I'm just not shallow. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm like authentic. Is that the right word?
No.
Like I'm trying to wholesome. I'm wholesome. No, I just think that the situation is very high school.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people always resort back to high school tactics.
Oh, but the thing with Kayla, she was always the one that was on Twitter, trying to act holier than thou, and she would say that I would never be a single mom, I would never do this and that, and then she ended up being caught up in a scandal where she's not married. Mm-hmm. She's having a baby out of wedlock. Karma. Yeah,
that's karma for judging other people.
Yeah, it is.
Well, anyways.
No, I'm trying to look for that Pusha T line. It's like
you're not gonna find it.
You have this whole ass song. Is it? You are hiding the sun. Keep on talking, Nina.
Well, I was just gonna go to the next topic. Like, what else do you want me to say about this Lyra Galore and Kaylor? He got them both pregnant. Whoop-de-doo. I don't see why. I can see why Lyra is mad. Obviously, if she didn't know that Kayla was pregnant beforehand, then that's fucked up. That's sketchy on P's part.
I always find it kind of crazy that people out here just digging down bitches with no condom on.
You're not gonna find the line.
Yeah, shit.
I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna move to the next topic.
All right, go ahead.
So vitamin water. Actually, we don't even have to talk about this. They're giving $100,000 to somebody who goes a whole year without their phone. But like, you can't.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, nah, fuck that.
I could never do that. No,
never
way.
Doing that.
I love my phone too much, and I actually use my phone for like phone calls and shit. I don't just use it for social. Like, I actually have like phone conversations that last hours. So like, I actually genuinely use my phone. It's not just like, and I'm not talking FaceTime. I'm talking like the phone. Yeah, but I couldn't do it. The governor is considering clemency for Centoya Brown. This actually, so remember how last week I was asking if she has been in jail since? She has. I found that out doing some research. So she's been in jail since 16, so she's like 30 something now, so that's already 15 years. And yeah, so now this governor in Tennessee, Bill Haslam, is he's allegedly actively reviewing the case and could make a decision on her clemency before his term is up in the office, because his term is done in January. Do you think he's gonna do it? I don't know. Because the only reason I don't know is because he was speaking at an event and he was interrupted by Black Lives Matters activists. And
the Black Lives Matter still out here?
Duh. So one speaker
You're saying duh like they really making noises here. But
where did you think they were gonna go?
I thought they just died off.
The issues still prevail today, so obviously they weren't gonna die out.
They weren't.
So one speaker questioned the governor on his plan for her case, and he responded by saying, "We're reviewing a lot of cases, and while her case has gotten a lot of publicity, I don't think you want us to treat her as any different than a whole lot of cases that I think people want us to review." That's why I'm skeptical on whether or not he's actually gonna do it. He doesn't have that much time.
My thing is, if enough public pressure gets behind this, then we can see that Ciontia Brown can get clemency.
Centoya Brown.
What I say?
Jesus Christ. Ciontia Brown.
What I say? Say it again.
Centoya.
Oh my gosh. Centoya Brown. She could get clemency because think about this, right? When Kim Kardashian went to go speak to the president
to get Miss Alice out.
Yeah, it was that week, and then the following week she was out, right? The same thing could happen right now. Clemency could be that fast. It's like you could think about something and she could be out before New Year's.
Actually, just going back to that Kim Kardashian thing. So I just watched the season finale for the Kardashians, and in that season finale was the episode where Miss Alice is free, and Miss Alice there was a point where she took Kim's phone to thank Kanye and talk to Kanye, and she's telling Kim like, you know, like the president, like he loves Kanye, and like, or Kim was telling the lawyers like he loves Kanye, and he was just saying how much he's so happy that Kanye supports him and blah blah blah. And then Kim was like, okay, but I want to keep that separate from this case. He's like, yeah, of course. But Kim's like, I think that helped push this. And I'm like, so really, you did something, but
no, he liked
Kanye's.
Stop it. Whatever you're trying
Kanye's,
to do, it doesn't work.
Oblivious love for Donald Trump is what I feel like what really sealed the deal. But Kim did do something good. I will say that. I'm not a Kim K hater. I'm just honest.
No, not even. That's not.
Yes,
honest.
I am
that's
honest.
Not honest.
That is honest. That's my honest opinion. Full disclosure.
No.
Yes, it is.
That's you trying to piece things together.
No, it's not.
It's you speculating.
No.
That's what you're doing. Which is cool. You can speculate. But what I'm gonna take what you said, and I'm gonna further on it. Is just because the president likes the person that you're behind doesn't necessarily mean they like you, and doesn't necessarily mean they're going to make decisions based on the person that they like, right? Yeah. The president, his job is to be unbiased, and it's
you really think Donald Trump is unbiased?
No, I'm telling you, the president's job is to be unbiased. That's what I'm telling you. You're talking about some other shit. Stop getting the hate. If you're real, stop getting the hate in here. Be objective here.
No, continue.
So the president's job is to be unbiased. So even though I like you, I like your husband, doesn't necessarily I like what you bring to the table. So whatever Kim Kardashian brought to the table, along with her lawyer and the advocacy group, they brought a compelling evidence and compelling story to Donald Trump to say that, hey, this woman is in need of a second chance at life and clemency should be granted to her. So he probably read this and was like, you know what? Yeah, all right, let me do it.
Okay.
Maybe Kanye got you to open the door, but Kanye probably helped open the door, but Kanye didn't help seal the deal.
I get what you're saying, but I have minimum faith in Donald Trump, and I feel like he just needs his ego blown up all the time. So he loved that was happening. Anyways,
I don't know where that came
what
from.
Time
you just saying.
What time are we at?
All right, we're at an hour and 20.
Can we talk about? Do you want to talk about this Texas student? I don't really.
Man, no, fuck out of here.
Okay, I want to talk about this.
All right, go ahead.
I want to talk about last.
In order for a relationship to work.
Wait, no. Let me just read the thing first. Okay, so there is this tweet. I've come across this a couple times. Do y'all believe for a relationship to work, the man has to love her more than she loves him?
No.
Yes.
No.
I believe it. Okay, why do you say no?
You just gotta like each other.
No.
You gotta like each other.
No.
A relationship won't work unless two people like each other.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go get your bag, sis. Because whatever you're about to say,
I speak from experience.
Go ahead. Go get in your bag, sis. Because what I told you was facts.
Women are naturally more of a nurturing species. Okay. They are made to care and love and show affection and all that good stuff and just be these giant love balls.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Go ahead. Get in your bag. I'm watching you.
So my thing is, yes, I do believe the man has to love. Through my experiences, there has only ever been one case where I can say, actually maybe two. There's two cases. Yeah, definitely two. There's two cases where I can say the guy has loved me more than I did. Yeah. And
where'd that shit go? With the
it worked. It worked.
No, it didn't work.
It worked.
It didn't work.
It did. They both worked. They ended because of distance, both of them. No. They both worked. Okay? And he felt secure and I felt secure. And then why are you laughing so much? They did work. They ended because of distance. Okay?
I'm gonna let you tell it.
So it's like in those cases, yeah, it did work. In the other scenarios where I've been in where the guy just doesn't give a fuck and is just trying to have sex all the time, those cases, it never worked because it's like there was no feeling of oh my God, I'm gonna lose her. Like there was none of that. It's like when the guys liked me a lot more, there was always that thing in the back of their head, how it is for women. Women, not all women, but I know a lot of women who always think of that, like, oh my God, like I don't want to lose him, like, you know, whatever, or something like that. And it's like, guys don't normally think like that. So when they think like that, that shows that they really love you and they're genuinely scared. Like they want to act right and they want to treat you right because they don't want you to go anywhere. When a guy's not thinking like that, it's not gonna work. I'll tell you that much. Like, I know for a fact, like me, myself personally, I'm a fucking hopeless romantic. I know that. I'm talking like I've done this before. I've made playlists, handwritten letters and mailed them out to you like snail mail style. Like I do extra corny shit like that, but that's because that's just who I am as a lover. Like that's the way that I would like to be appreciated. I like the little gestures and all that kind of stuff. And I don't think a guy ever does those things for you unless in the back of his head is like, fuck, I'm going to lose her. That's what I feel. I think that the men does have to like the woman more in order for it to work, in my opinion and experience.
No.
Just saying.
No.
Yes, it's a fact.
Go ahead. I'll let you tell.
All relationships.
I'll let you
most
tell
relationships that work.
Yeah.
Is because the guy loves her more. Look at Offset and Cardi. This is a prime example. Cardi was head over heels for that man. He was head over heels, but not as much. You can sense it. You can feel it. You can. I'm telling you. I don't know why you're laughing. I'm speaking from lived experiences, okay?
I'm gonna let you tell it.
That's it.
All right, that's all you gotta say?
Yep.
I mean, I got nothing else to say. Because I told you what it is, people. If you want a relationship to work, two people gotta like each other. That's it. You gotta really honestly like each other. And You gotta like each other. It doesn't matter if one person like each other more. That's not the definitive reason why a relationship work.
It is.
It's not. It's you gotta like each other. That's first and foremost, and then you gotta be able to have the type of respect. That's it.
No, I just.
Well, I'm gonna let you tell it.
Because when guys don't love you as much as you love them, it's like, for example, you'll get into a fight, and maybe you're fighting on the phone.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, girls always talk about, I want him to fight back for me, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, you'll end the fight. Or you won't end the fight. You'll just be like, okay, bye, and like just hang up, whatever. Mm-hmm. Most guys aren't going to call you back after that. Mm-hmm. They're going to expect you to call them back. I've been in both scenarios where the guy expects me to call him back and resolve the issue when the issue was his fault to begin with. And I'm not saying that, like, I know people always talking about, everything is always the guy's fault. No. I'm very fair when it comes down to that stuff.
Okay.
But it's like, when something was wrong in his place and then I have to call him to fix it, like, that's annoying because it's like, obviously you don't care. But then it's like, I've also been in scenarios where something goes wrong in the call and it was their fault or my fault, and I get that call back and it's like, I want to fix this. Like, I don't care. I don't want to lose you. That is, I don't know, man. I really believe in this. That's just the way I feel. And from experience. Maybe I know I pick trash ass dudes. I'm not even going to say maybe. I know I do. Okay. But sometimes I get lucky and find two good ones.
Okay. Go ahead. This is your segment right here. This is what you talk.
Okay, I'm done. That's it.
All right, then.
I just believe in this.
Okay. I'm going to let you tell it. That's it. That's the narrative over here. I'm going to let you say it.
Yep.
All right. Good. All right, so is the standard on the floor or what?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one. Okay, what do you think about this? So there was this picture that kind of went viral, and it's like,
what the fuck is this?
My homie sent me this and said he finally got the girl he's crushing on over to his house for a dinner date, but he said when she saw this, she started talking about where the dish is at, and she's not going to eat that shit, and left. I don't see what's wrong with this shit. What do y'all ladies think? Would you eat this or leave? So the spaghetti is in like a bucket, basically, with a handle, like a bucket. Wings are on newspapers.
I mean...
The bread buns, I think they're actually on a plate.
Is it a plate? Yeah, it is a plate.
Okay. Is the standard bar on the ground? Do we not have paper plates anymore?
I mean, hold on, let me just be honest. If a man's serving you food on a paper plate, you better ask him how you living.
No, but like I would be cool with paper plates.
You could get.
I think I have eaten off of a paper plate before.
Like that's your whole thing. That's what just like we just like I'm coming over to the crib just to hang out. We're eating. He gave you a paper plate.
We're eating pizza
on a paper plate.
Yeah.
Like you just gave.
I didn't think it was a big deal.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right.
But he had plates, but like
so
sometimes you just don't want to wash dishes.
Nah, sometimes you didn't wash it. He didn't want to bring out the dishware for you.
Fuck off.
Like, I'm not gonna bring out the nice china for this girl.
First of all, he doesn't even have china. Okay.
Oh man.
So let's not even put him that.
But think about it. You can get 69-cent plates from IKEA, bro.
Yes, but no. Okay, but this is okay. Well, I get this. I get this. I don't know per se if I would walk away because like I'm really nice. Like I'll just think about it later. Yeah. Like fuck, why did I do that? The wings on the newspaper is a little much. It's a little gross because who knows if you were stepping on those flyers, if they were left outside on your porch and shit. If the bucket was washed, but see, then I'd get nervous. Like, has it even been washed? Like, just toss it in there. Like. It's just a little bit.
Yo, this is a fucked up meal in general. Like, who eats spaghetti, chicken wings, and hamburger buns?
I don't think they're hamburger buns.
What are those?
I think they're just like hot cross buns.
Hot cross buns?
Yeah. You know what those are?
No, I don't know.
Those are them. But yeah, I think no. But I think the fact that this girl's asking for plates is not extra, and I think that the fact that this guy's mad about it is extra because it's like, yo. Is the standard bar on the fucking ground at this point? I'll be cool with paper plates. I get it. People don't want to wash dishes. I completely get that. It happens at my house sometimes too. Like if we have a lot of guests, my mom will I'm not talking for a luxurious meal, but for pizza or something from outside, we'll get the paper plates and eat off those because nobody's trying to wash dishes for 15 people after.
Yeah, 15 people you don't wash plates. But I'm talking about you got one person, you bring one plate.
What? I don't think that's a big deal.
Pussy trash.
That's not. First of all, my pussy's fire. Second of all. Second of all, taking them out. I really don't think it's a big deal.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't. Like, paper plates, cool.
Yeah.
I don't care. Not every time, but like, cool. Like, for example, that same guy, we had pizza on paper plates. Then we had dinner one night that he made on actual plates.
Yeah.
With actual knives and forks.
Because you proved yourself after.
No. I actually didn't. I still held out.
Oh, man. Oh, where? So you try to level up. He's like, all right, fuck it. I'm gonna have to bring out the nice china for this one.
It might have worked.
I'm gonna bring out the nice china for this one.
Nah, but
she ain't going for the paper plates no more.
No. But seriously,
Party City plates.
I think that's bougie as hell. It's extra. Don't like you gotta. I'm not like paper plates every time. That's not okay. But just this one time, it's not a big deal.
No, I look at it as like this, right? So if I come to your crib and I see this,
this is extra,
and I see this, I'm thinking your pussy's infected, and I'm
you're thinking you're living in a rat house.
Yeah, I'm thinking, yo, if you feel comfortable eating spaghetti out of a bucket, and you feel so comfortable and secure in yourself to show me that you eating spaghetti out of a bucket and chicken wings on a motherfucking newspaper, like, and some hot dinner rolls on some paper plate, on some brown paper plate, I'm gonna leave your ass.
Yeah, no, this is gross, but
this is more than gross. It's like,
this is like,
don't
get
do
salmonella in the spaghetti.
Yeah, don't do me like that.
Dressing.
Don't do me like that. You show if I see this, you show me that you hate me. You show me you hate me and you hate yourself. Yeah, like I'm not trying to.
And the standard bar is on the ground, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, this is trash. This is trash right here.
All right.
A man cook this?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is trash. This is trash. Yo, take this whole shit away.
So is this how dudes really be eating?
Nah, not how I'm eating. I got plates. I got 69 plates from IKEA. 69 cent plates from IKEA.
Interesting.
That's how you get them in. I can't think about it. If I got someone over, if I got at least one person over, I'm pulling out the plates.
Yeah.
I'm pulling out the plates.
That's fine.
I'm not going to pull out the fine china on your ass, but I'm pulling out the plates, the nice little white plates. You know, I'm pulling those out. Eating on the small plates, the big plates. You know, have things assorted.
Yeah.
But I'm not. This is
okay.
Yeah.
This is extra. This is gross.
This is nasty.
But yeah. That's it. That's all we got.
That's all we got? And
I gotta get back to work.
Yeah, I gotta get back to work too.
What time is it?
It's 3:41.
No. I mean, I know that. I have my laptop in front of me.
For real?
Duh.
Oh, it's an hour 33 in.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. All right. That's how we're going to end it off.
Oh, also this morning I was thinking we really do have to film the Valentine's thing.
Yeah, we got to do a lot of film.
We still have the Valentine's giveaway. We didn't forget. Honestly, I kind of just don't even want to go anymore.
See, look at that. Look at that.
No, because you know what happened to me. I'm just sick and tired now. I don't even want to go.
Sick and tired of being sick and tired. All my life I fought.
Anyways, we're doing this Valentine's Day.
You don't even want to say it with emphasis.
We're doing this because you know I'm sick and tired.
Okay. New Year's hasn't even wrapped around yet. You just hating.
No, I just really don't want to. Okay, whatever. We're doing this Valentine's date, and
you want to do the Valentine's Day at Blue Mountain? Let's do that.
No, because then I'm stuck with them for like a whole day. What if I don't like them?
Why?
And what if they don't like me?
You have a lot of things to distract you, though.
No, that's a recipe for disaster.
You don't know that.
That is a recipe for disaster.
You don't know that.
You're making me spend a whole day with somebody, and who the fuck is gonna drive? You? All of us?
That's way too many people in one car, and I may not be on the talkative tip that morning.
There we go.
You know,
I'm sure as hell not gonna be, and it's gonna be super awkward. And then I'm actually gonna have to look cute for Blue Mountain.
What's wrong with that?
Like I'm gonna actually have to put on makeup.
What's wrong with? Hold on. What's wrong with that?
It takes too long. I don't want to do that.
What's wrong with that?
It just takes too long. I'd rather go like this, like how I come every day. Just a little eyeliner, mascara. That's it.
All right, for the people who are listening, Nina and I were planning on going to Blue Mountain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I sent her a text going like, "Yo, let's do this Blue Mountain thing for real."
And Paulo's gonna snowboard, and I'm just gonna let my mind breathe.
Yeah, I'm gonna snowboard that day. I might bring my friend.
See, yeah, and how would I that'd be good for you, but how would I be able to do my whole rest and relaxation if I have to entertain some dude while we're there? No,
girls.
My mind is gonna be running like nonstop. No.
About what?
We're not doing. No, I won't be able to just sit there.
We do one activity together.
I won't be able to go to the spa.
You do.
Won't be able to do any of that shit. Sorry.
We do one activity together. Maybe
and then what happens when I go to the spa?
He goes to the spa. He hangs out with me, And, you know.
So this is when a date with both of us
It's
now?
not a date. It's not a date with both of us. It's more so it's like, all right, it's like you go do the activity and then you go get your R&R and then you finish off together. You guys just go hang out and, you know, you walk around the resort.
Listen, if we do Blue Mountain after the date and me and whoever this Mr. Mysterious person is end up hitting it off and he wants to come to Blue Mountain, fine. That's cool. But we're not... No, the date is not happening at Blue Mountain. The first time I'm not meeting the person is not going to be at Blue Mountain.
How expensive is Blue Mountain? Let me look at that.
I don't know. Anyways, so we're doing this Valentine's date. Basically, you got to enter it. It's like a contest. So you got to send all the stuff to our Instagram page at Educated and Reckless. You have to follow the account too, otherwise we're not even going to consider you. And DM the following: your first name and last name, your occupation, not where you work, but what you do, your age, where you're from, as in what city, and send me your best but most realistic picture. So don't make yourself look 6'8" when you're really 5'9". And what do you think I deserve as a Valentine's Day gift? Heads up, I'm 5'7.5". So yeah.
That means you got to be at least 5'9".
At least, at the very least. Like, at the absolute least. That's it. Okay.
I'm looking at these things for things to do at Blue Mountain. All right. So, thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Educated and the Reckless podcast. We made ourselves to 22 weeks. Very proud of ourselves because look at us. We've been consistent. We're going to give you some episodes over the holidays. We got one we're recording, and we got another one.
The next one is our last one for this year. We should do like a rundown of our like best and worst moment, not from the podcast, but just
best or worst moment of the year.
Yeah, like stuff like that, like best and worst of the year.
All right, we could do that.
Yeah.
All right then. Thank you guys for listening. Appreciate you guys. Remember to rate and subscribe. We're on YouTube. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, Audio Mac. You know, if you whatever your listening pleasures are, make sure you check us out, subscribe, and make sure you keep up to date with all our things. And share us and give us to a friend. We see that you guys are listening, and we want to provide you guys with great content and great conversations coming from two people
who are named
Apollo P
and Nobetternina.
And this has been the Educated and the Reckless podcast.
That was a great segue.
That was trash.